This year, my family harvested the first fruits after 15 to 20 long years of, planting the orange trees and things like that. Thanks to my dad, we are eating or harvesting the fruits. So these are from my orange farm. I learned some lessons and I want to share that with you this morning. Before that, I'll take you to John chapter 10, verses 10 and following. Verse 10. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. Let me jump to verse 14. I am the good shepherd and I know my sheep and my sheep knows me. I think this is talking about a very special relational, status that God in Jesus have with us. I think he's talking about until and then you have a special bond, there cannot be a real relationship that exists between you and God. This verse, if you read John chapter 10, you talk about, he hears my they hear my voice and they understand. The thief comes, they will not understand, they will not hear, they will not listen to him. But if I come, my sheep knows me. That kind of relationship, when you belong to God. So I wanted to share something about the preciousness or the value of belonging to God, the advantages you have when you belong to God, or when God is your Father, or when God is your God, and the life lessons that I got from the orange farm. The Bible says that until and unless you care about someone, the Bible says in John chapter 10 verse 10, the thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. But God says, I've come to give you life and in full. When we think, the first lesson that I wanted to tell you is that as I was going to the farm, after a very long time, I came from the college and I was going to the farm in my village, and I saw kids. I saw kids coming out of the farm with oranges in their arms and in their palms, and I was asking them, where did you steal these oranges? And they were telling I got it from here, I got it from, they gave me. It must have been more than 5-6 times they visited the farm, okay? And I was so sad. Of course, I reprimanded them and I entered the orange farm, and I was so sad to see that, just because the people who have entered my farm, it is not their farm, they're kids, they don't understand. So they just shook around, they beat around, the oranges are falling, and if it is not a ripened one, they will eat half and throw it away. They will peel half and taste it, and if it's still sour, they will throw it away. They don't care because that farm is not theirs. They don't care because that those oranges are not theirs. So I was so sad to look around, so many of the orange peels, and half-eaten oranges and many fruits being thrown about. I went in and I was, we don't have very sophisticated equipments to, so this is the first time we're harvesting. So me and my family, we were there and we were shaking around and we were plucking those oranges. And what I realized, one thing is that, I wanted to take every orange, whether it was ripe or unripe. It didn't matter. I wanted to take everything because these oranges belong to me. And I know the value of this. 15 to 20 long years we waited for the harvest. And I don't want to throw away any of these, so I made sure that my sons, they are kids, they don't know the value of waiting for so long, And then what I realized is that I made sure that every orange that fell to the ground was collected, whether it was ripe or unripe or tasty or sour or sweet. It did not matter. I just wanted to collect that. What I'm trying to tell you is that God feels the same. And there was one orange that had actually gone into the bush, and my kids, they were, they could not collect it. They said, oh, let's go. I said, no, I want to go and take that orange. I want to go and taste that orange. I want to go and save that orange. And I went into the bush and I got, there were thorny bushes around, and I got little hurt also, and I got that orange. What I'm trying to tell you is that in Luke, in Luke also, in chapter 15, it talks about the parable of the lost sheep. God says that my sheep, Okay, I may have 100 sheep, but if I have one lost sheep, I will go search for that. That is the sense of belonging, my dear friends. And just one more lesson about how Peter denied Christ. But since he belonged to God, really in truth, he came back. But if you think about, Judas, he betrayed God. And because he did not belong to God in the real sense, in the truth sense of the word belong, he died from his guilt. That is the sense of belonging with God. We share a special relational status with God, And only when you belong to God, and only when you have that sense, you will share that special status and a bond with God, and you will enjoy that. So may God bless us through the short sharing, and may these oranges, these oranges that I learned, the plucking of the oranges from my farm taught me one great lesson. I just wanted to share that with you all. Thank you. Wonderful harvest. This is my orchard, and this is the first harvest. Ekdam. Thank you.